y'all. In this video, what we're going to do is make Baked Zaghetti from Rashida's cookbook, Trim Healthy Future. And in the video, I kind of start out weird because I pulled this video from a live from one of my group coaching sessions. So I already have ground meat done, and then what you're going to see next is how I process the mushrooms. And then I'm going to take you through how to do the rest of the recipe. Then I'm going to take you to me pulling that thing out of the oven and give you some tips on how to make this a meal for you and your family. Just a special shout out. Thank y'all so much for supporting me and watching my YouTube channel. It means a lot to me. Process 8 ounces of mushrooms. I'm going to use the, what do I call this? Oh yeah, the batter bowl on my Ninja. So I'm going to do that right here. Just a couple little, where are we at? Just a couple little buzzes. Okay, I did that on the low setting, and it did really good. So those are processed. If your family would want them, oh my goodness, sorry, I dropped something. If my family would want them pulverized to smithereens, that's fine, but we don't mind it. So that's the way we're going to do it. It really does look like ground meat whenever you get it in your stuff, though. It's very neat how that works. Okay. All right, I am going to go ahead and turn my eye back on because we're going to be cooking this with some other things. All right, so we're going to do some crushed garlic. So I have a Pampered Chef garlic press that I like to use. Can you hand me a paper towel? Thank you. And a knife. A small little paring knife would be great, please. So we've got three garlic cloves that we're going to do, guys. Okay, that's number 2. And my third one. We're going to do all the spices. Okay, so the spices are Italian seasoning, rosemary, oregano, salt, and pepper, and some chili flakes. So we're going to go ahead and get all of that put into our Zaghetti. All right. First up is Italian seasoning. Okay. Let me give this a little stir. All right. All right, so there's the rosemary. Now we're going to do oregano, teaspoon again. Black pepper. It's easier to measure this than do the little crushing thingamajig. I think I might just take it off. That's better. All right, half a teaspoon of this, y'all. And half a teaspoon of salt, except that's nutritional yeast. Do you know where my salt is? Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Half a teaspoon of salt, friends. And then optional quarter teaspoon of crushed red pepper. I'm just going to do a couple of shakes because that's not really our favorite. You know what I'm saying? All right. So we've got all those seasonings in, and we're going to cook for 5 to 10 minutes. Which it's pretty much been going for about 2 or 3, I'd say. Next up is going to be a 25-ounce jar of no sugar added pasta sauce. I'm using no sugar added pizza sauce from the Walmarts, and it is 23.9 ounces. So it's just a little shy of what they're asking us to do here, but it's pretty close. I'm going to turn my heat down to low and add this in. Okay, fabulous. What's up next? Parmesan. And they just want us to put a 1/4 cup of the Parmesan in here. Y'all, none of my stuff's open. All right. If you want to do dairy-free, you could do nutritional yeast if you wanted to here. or to reduce your dairy a little bit. You could, you sure could. All right, we're gonna give that a little stir, and then we're gonna check on our zucchini. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna process that. You could buy frozen spiralized zucchini, or you could use a veggie spiralizer. I don't have either one of those, so I'm going to use my Ninja blender to kind of just process it down. It'll be kind of like grated, I guess you will. Okay, so we already have 4 medium zucchinis already cut up and put in our batter bowl for our Ninja. And we're just gonna process it with a few, I'm gonna pulse and just kind of get a feel, for how this is going to work. All right, so it's not spiralized, but it is processed down into small bits, which I think is gonna be just fine. If you want to follow the recipe and do spiralized, that'll be great too. It is definitely going to be more like spaghetti, right? That angle's weird. There we go. Okay, and we're going to add this in. It says get the excess liquid out. There's not excess liquid in mine. Hopefully it will not cook weird, but we will see. All right, we're going to add this in. It smells amazing, doesn't it, Lily? Now what we're going to do, I'm going to turn the heat off, and we're fixing to put this in a baking dish. And we're going to top with some cheese. What we're going to do is just get this in here. Lily, I'm going to let you help me. Okay. Scrape that in. Here you go. All right, ready? My twin. Tell them hey. Isn't it weird because it's backwards?
Yes.
Ooh, don't splash me. Okay, that's hot. All right. All right, get that all nice and happy right there. Y'all can see that. Hallelujah. Okay, that's fabulous. This is gonna be delish. My gran had to have her knee replaced, and she requested a lasagna. I wonder if this would toot her horn. I'll have to ask her. All right, so we're just gonna top with a cup of mozzarella here. I think that's probably more than enough. Just gonna spread the love a little bit. And we're ready to go in the oven. Y'all see how easy that was to do? Now I know that I had my ground meat already browned, but really that didn't take very long. So my tip for you when you get in the kitchen to make your baked Zaghetti on page 157 in Trim Healthy Future, what a great recipe from Rashida. So get your ground meat browning, and at that point start getting the rest of your ingredients out. Go ahead and process those mushrooms, process that zucchini. So whenever your meat is ready, you can just start putting your stuff in. You could even go ahead and get one of those, a little cup or a measuring cup, and go ahead and measure out all your spices. So you're literally just dumping your mushrooms, dumping your zucchini, dumping your spices, dumping your sauce, and Parmesan cheese. And then you just mix it up, put it in your 9x13, done. All right, let's get this in the oven because it is preheated. We're gonna bake for 35 minutes. So I'm gonna set my timer. Okay guys, the baked Zaghetti is done. Oh, it's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. Oh, y'all, check it out. So what are some ways that we could eat this? This is definitely an S. I used ground venison, so that's very lean, so that lightened the calorie load for me. But if you, of course, we have the low-fat mozzarella, but still, I'm going to say there's a little bit of fatness in here. More of a light S, in my opinion. But we do have some fat going on. So I would match this. We have vegetables of zucchini and mushrooms. So if you're not a volume eater, that kind of thing, you may do fine. I'm gonna take these off, I feel weird. You may do fine with just having this as your meal, a serving of this. What is a serving? So for this, I would probably do about this much of the casserole. That's just me. But it does have those 2 veggies in there, so you can take that into consideration. I would match this with a side salad, and I would probably also have a sauteed veggie. I love to put some coconut oil in a pan with a bag of frozen asparagus or frozen green beans, maybe some crushed garlic or simply garlic powder, salt, pepper, nutritional yeast. Saute that down until it's kind of not burnt, but kind of crispy, you know, and just saute that around. It might take 10 or so minutes to do that, and I would have my rounded out meal that way. To make this a crossover, I would get some whole grain bread and toast it and put some butter on it for my family. If you wanted to go ahead and also, or you could do both of these, but another way that you could get a carb source for your family is to do some whole grain pasta and have that and put this on top of that for them. So that would be a great way to have that meal. I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. Definitely make this recipe so delicious. Shout out to Rashida for another amazing dish that we can enjoy as Trim Healthy Mamas. Remember, we get to lose weight, feel great, and still eat some good food. Bye, y'all. Thanks for watching.